Hey there, this is Matt, and this video here, I wanna get into the question that sometimes comes up where, the question comes up where it's I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to run an online business or start an online business. I got a busy life. I work full time. I commute 2 hours each day. I got kids. I got other activities around my full time job. I got the weekend filled with all sorts of things going on. I got my own projects, my own hobbies that I'm involved with. And you know what? Like my life is a tornado, and I'm just like, just no way for me to put in any time in there. And look, I get it. I get it. And I'm fortunate enough that I don't have any kids right now, and I'm I'm having that flexibility to be able to work on this, but it is still a challenge, right? And it's until you understand how we as a society built a kind of like an expectation to live like in our comfort zone, that you start realizing that once you get out of that, you start realizing how much time you really have, really. And time is the only thing that you do have. And so the best way to really look at it is just to understand, like, how bad you want this, right? And even even if it is a challenge right now, even if there is a lot of things going on, but you know that this is what you want to do. You know that you want to build an online business so that you are able to generate passive income, so that you can finally free yourself from working in a full-time job and be able to do this full-time, but sort of on the part-time amount of basis, if you know what I mean, right? Meaning that you can have your business built to a point where the majority of the things are just on autopilot. So you can work for a couple hours or a few hours a day, and that will be enough to keep things running, or just to maintain it. And even then as well too, you could have that flexibility to walk away from it for a couple of days, maybe. I don't know. Like, I mean, it all depends on how things are running. But that will take time to get there. But in order for you to get there, like, really, if you knew that for sure you would have that lifestyle for, like, no matter how long it takes, like whether it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe that takes that long. But imagine that working on this part-time around all of your other responsibilities, then knowing that you know at that time you would be able to free yourself from working in that environment, and instead of and be able to, like, gain control over your time and be able to live your life on your own terms, and to be able to rest, to live the rest of your life from then on, to do the things that you want, to be free, to be able to focus on having more time with your family, or focus on other things that you're passionate about, or things that you love to do, or spend more time with people that matters to you, or do more of the things that you want to do. Like, if that takes that long, I mean, even if it's 3 years, even if it is 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, I mean, wouldn't that be better than just suffering from now until retirement? If you do end up at retirement, if you do end up having enough money to retire at that point, like, if it's only a short 3 years, 4 years out of your life to get that life, rather than doing it and waiting for years and years, and just continue to struggle and continue to suffer and continue to go through the rat race and rush through life, and completely going through your years feeling like everything is a blur, and seeing time moving so fast that you can't even enjoy the present moment. Wouldn't that be wouldn't that be worth it? To me, that is worth it. To me, that is the commitment that I made to myself. I said, no matter what, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to focus on this until I achieve what is that I want to achieve, which is ultimately freedom. But now it's even more than that. Now I want to help others to be able to achieve that same life. I want to help as many people as I can, because I see so many people suffering like I was suffering before all of this, before I made this commitment, before I started to work on myself. I see so many people suffering, and I see so much potential in people. that they could really live the life that they want to live, but that they're letting fear and they're letting insecurity and uncertainty get in the way of that, get in the way of just taking that first step and taking action. And I understand that because I was thinking the same way. I was letting all of that fear get in the way and stand in the way of that. So I'm here to tell you that you are able to achieve this. And I mean, as long as you're committed, as long as you continue to push forward, and as long as you continue to be consistent every single day at building this until you achieve the results that you want to achieve. And ultimately, one of the things that really broke it for me, because I came to a point even in my journey that I thought like I was complaining, right? And I was saying like, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more money. I wish I had more energy, but I'm not getting the results. But essentially what I was doing is I was letting the stories in my own head controlling me. And, I was letting all of that get in the way. And plus I wasn't asking the right questions, because when I'm just wishing, I'm kind of like becoming the little child, right? I'm the child kind of like, oh, I wish I had more time, and complaining and being the victim and using excuses to get in the way for me to achieve what is it that I want to achieve. And until I actually got on a call with a mentor of the Six Figure Mentors training, that Justin told me, you got to ask the right questions. I'm not asking the right questions. And what he positioned it as is saying, like, the way you need to do it is turn it around and ask the question, how can I have more time? How can I find more time? How can I find more money? How can I find more energy? And just by turning that around, on the spot, I didn't really think I didn't have the answers, but I just kept asking the question. And one day the answers were just like, oh, yeah, I can do that. I can wake up earlier in the morning and, commit to having 2 hours of solid business hours on my business around a full-time job or other responsibilities. Oh, I can have, more money. I can, I started to think like, oh, I mean, maybe I can get a line of credit or a loan, or, maybe I can find ways to increase my credit cards. I mean, I'm not suggesting to do this. This is just how I approached my own journey and how I approached my own challenges that was holding me back. But I'm just here to tell you that just all you need to do is ask the right questions. So with all that said, I hope that this helps you understand that timing is one. I mean, first of all, it's never going to be perfect, right? Like, understand that there's never going to be a perfect time, and there's never going to be a perfect moment where you're going to have all the time that you can or that you want to work on this. There's never going to be that perfect time. There's never going to be a time where all the lights are green. So I just want you to understand that, all it takes to get started is just to take that first step. Take the first step, make the one step forward. Maybe it is to submit your application to the Six Figure Mentors. Maybe that's what you choose, if you think that this will help you achieve that. And then you start putting into practice different things. You start learning, you start growing, you start implementing new habits and rituals every single day, and you just kind of like just little things every day. And you start committing a certain amount of time each day, and you start building a plan so that you can get to where you want to go, and where you want to hit, and you go from there, and you build on from there, right? So just don't let that come in the way of achieving your goals. No matter how long it takes, whatever's worth it to achieve, it's worth the time. So thanks for checking this out, and I hope that this can be helpful for you. And again, feel free to reach out to me if there's anything that I can help you with. Just reply to this email, or reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to touch base with you and see what we can do and get some things moving. Thanks for checking this out. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.